What's up guys, it's me Jeremy. The biggest complaint I get in private messages by far has to be when people win their lane but still manage to lose the game. Here's some tips to avoid that. Let's get started. Now, I'm not going to teach you how to win your lane here because I've already got loads of other videos for that I'm sure you can find if you take a look through my backlog. Rather, this is more about winning the game if you do win your lane but your teammates are kind of feeding. The key thing about winning your lane and transitioning into carrying the game is that you need to really win the game. People win their lane and then they play not to lose rather than playing to win. They stay in their own lane and continue to press their advantage and snowball their individual self. They focus solely on outperforming their direct opponent, but when you need to carry, you need to help your team do the same. Always remember that just because your team is doing poorly doesn't mean that there was nothing you could do to help. If you go 20-0 in lane and then lose the game, it's absurd that you were not able to carry the game. This all starts with helping your teammates, and there are a lot of ways to do this. The first and biggest way is through roaming. If you stomped your lane, there should be no reason why you cannot roam to help your team. A successful roam can lead to multiple kills and objectives, and as such, roams are very lucrative. If you're doing well in the game, you want to maximize the pressure you put on the opponents through roaming. If your lane opponents follow you, you can easily kill them because you're so far ahead anyways. And even if the roam is unsuccessful, you'll still relieve massive amounts of pressure from your allies. This needs to be done sooner rather than later as well. If your allies 0-3 and you're 3-0, roaming is probably going to be a great way to bring your teammate back into the game. But if your ally is say 0-6, then it's probably already too late for you to help them, and you needed to act a lot sooner. When it comes to plays like this, you will likely have to give up some small things to your direct lane opponents, but if you won your lane, it really shouldn't matter since they'll be so far behind anyways. Roam and force fights that you can win due to your lane advantage. So many players stomp their lane and then just continue to stay in their lane. If your lane opponent is 0-5, there's not that much more you can do to them, since they are already so weak, so far behind, and they won't be worth much gold anyways. Roam to help your allies and help them get back into the game. Another thing you'll want to do is to get some global gold for your team. Push for your tower if you can, or make a play for dragon. The gold that your teammates get from these objectives is going to be very beneficial and will definitely help out a lot. Draw your opponents to these objectives too, and you can pick up some more kills maybe. Force plays and poor positioning from your opponents. You are ahead if you won your lane, so make it count. Another great way to help your team is by being a shot caller. Shot calling is tough in solo queue since there's obviously no voice chat, and typing a lot is usually not optimal. But if you're constantly trying to make plays by telling your team what to do, this creates a solid degree of coordination. And if you won your lane, it's very likely that your team will listen to you, since you have proven yourself in a sense. I've always said that communicating is the only way to have an effect on your teammates' play, and it really is true. Telling them what to do is the only way to get them to do what you want. Just make sure that you do so in a nice, calm, and collected way that is not offensive, or it might escalate things. And above all else, just make sure that you really have presence in the game. You win your lane and are strong, so show it by doing things and making plays that have an impact on the game as a whole, not just your direct lane opponents. My name is Jeremy, and that's it for my video on how to carry if you win your lane. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out some of my others on the screen right now. I'd love if you could support me with a like, and make sure to subscribe for some more awesome content in the future if you enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.